As someone who was a massive fan of the original Outlast game and its Whistleblower DLC, I was beyond stoked to get my hands on Outlast Trials. I don't normally purchase early access games because, well, let's be real, early access titles nowadays tend to disappoint. But this game had a lot of positive reviews on Steam, so I decided to buy in and see what all the hype was about. And well, that's what I want to discuss in this video, which is, should you buy Outlast Trials or are you better off waiting? Let's talk about it. So first things first, this is a co-op game. It's still a great single player game, but it's so much better with friends. And even if you don't know other people who own the game, you can always find other teammates through the matchmaking, and I highly recommend you do. This game is a fantastic horror cooperative experience. Previously, I played the game Devour with my friends, which is similar to this game, but it just didn't have as much detail and depth, and well, that was to be expected since Devour is an indie game. But regardless, Outlast Trials is an excellent horror game that demands a high level of cooperation and teamwork to get through various trials together. Through my time playing, I went the route of playing with randoms, and everyone I had was easy to work with and friendly, which goes a long way in a game like this. In terms of the gameplay itself, the movement mechanics are fluid and the enemy AI feels just right. The traditional Outlast style of evading and running is still all here, and each level has its own theme and objectives along with special bosses. On top of that, you will run into enemies that have specific abilities, such as ones that scream and call attention to you, and then other ones that will douse you with psychosis gas, which slowly make you go insane while a Skinner man chases after you. And that moves me on to my next point, which is the difficulty. This is by no means a difficult game. Most enemies can be easily avoided if you know the map layout, but what I will say is the same cannot be said for single player mode. I found the game to be significantly more difficult in single player, which is again to be expected, but just keep that in mind if you like to play through these games alone. Moving away from the difficulty, the game has a fair amount of customization and stuff you can unlock through simply completing trials and getting various rating scores. This game has also implemented abilities known as prescriptions, which can do things like make it so you can break down doors quicker or provide you with temporary x-ray vision to see nearby enemies. These prescriptions are subtle, but they are nice to have, and on harder levels make the game a lot easier. Truthfully, I don't have a lot to say about them as of now since I found myself forgetting about them, and other people have told me the same. But again, this isn't a bad thing since you don't really want abilities taking over your game, so I think how they have it right now is perfect. So to be honest, if you're on the edge about buying this game, I definitely recommend you pick it up as it's a really fun title. It totally stays true to the Outlast games, and there's a lot of secrets for fans of the series. This is a game I've had a lot of fun with and would definitely recommend to those who enjoy horror games, and that does say a lot since I haven't enjoyed a new release in quite some time now. But for those that don't like jump scares and would rather shoot monsters, this probably isn't the game for you. Anyways, I want to thank you for watching to the end. Please subscribe as it really does help the channel grow, and with that said, I hope you have an amazing day. Bye.
Bro, what?